So I was at an event this weekend and I spoke with so many people who snored or was the spouse of somebody who snored. And it really blows my mind how many people are just okay with knowing their future is going to involve them being hooked up to a machine all night long. Okay? They're going to travel with a machine. They're going to have to buy distilled water, an expense that adds up when you're going through a whole reservoir of water every single night. You're going to have to spend the time to clean that machine so that way you don't get algae and bacteria growing in it and then making it into your nose, your lungs, your body, creating respiratory infections. Okay. The sound that it makes disrupting your partner or any other family members in the home, potentially leading to them leaving the room, just like it happens with the current snoring, right? But the thing that blows me away the most, I saw this sign in the background, stop, stop, stop. Yes, stop snoring. Stop being okay with medicine and machines to provide life for you, right? We are human beings with a human experience here, and we can live amazing lives without having to be hooked up to a wall. Now, the phone, gadgets, they're wonderful, but they're wonderful in the right places, in the right times, the right tool. Now, you know what? If you're okay with it and you want to use the CPAP, that is wonderful. It is life-saving. But what if I can stop your snoring before you end up with that fate? This is the part that gets me. And the part that actually scares me the most is that I believe that snoring and mild sleep apnea are probably worse for your health outcomes than having moderate to severe sleep apnea. The reason for this is that people that have moderate or severe sleep apnea, they're diagnosed and they can get a machine, right? They can get a $5,000 machine and 80% of that being covered by insurance, they're going to pay out of pocket like $1,000 and they're okay with that. And you know what? That's saving their life. So great. As long as they wear it. 50% of people that have been given a CPAP machine because of a diagnosed condition fail to use it. And I'm sorry, from that standpoint, if you end up being tired and you fall asleep at the wheel and you kill me walking my girls to school, you got to live with that for the rest of your life. So if you're someone that has a CPAP machine and you don't wear it, you better put that thing on. Or come see me and at least let me help you get better sleep naturally without it. Okay? So that's just one thing in there that I'm like, I just put you on the spot. And I'm sorry, but it's because I care about you and I care about how you have to live with certain things that might happen for the rest of your life. Not to mention the heart attack that you might get and, your family then has to miss you. But, if you have to live the rest of your life knowing that you killed another person because you didn't wear a CPAP machine or didn't do something about your snoring, another story. Okay, so on the side where I think that snoring and mild sleep apnea might be worse for you. The reason I think that is because people are snoring. They might not get diagnosed because they don't have the full parameters of a diagnosis, but it doesn't mean they're not being suffocated all night long. They're not getting the oxygen to their brain. They're not getting the oxygen to their heart. Those are the people that you find at 26 years old, 30, 45, people that are healthy and they die in their sleep because of a heart attack. It's because they're not getting the oxygen to their heart. They have a mini episode of a blockage, which then sends stress hormones through the body to open up your airway, right? Yeah. You end up grinding your teeth away. That's another symptom, right? Every time you fall asleep and you open your mouth, you end up grinding your teeth. So you have those mini arousals. And what that does is it puts an immediate need for your heart to kick in, to shoot that cortisol, to get your mouth open. It's like you just started a sprint. Now imagine every time you fall into a deep sleep, your tongue blocks your airway a little bit. You snore, and then you have a little moment of no breathing, and then all of a sudden your brain kicks in. There you go. You just had a shot of adrenaline. And now you're doing that all night long, but you're doing that without the energy of oxygen for your heart. Okay, so that's why the heart takes on more demand than it can withstand, and you have those heart attacks in the middle of the night, a healthy individual. I'll explain a little bit about oxygen and how the depletion of oxygen really puts that much demand on your heart. Well, when you have oxygen, every unit of energy per cell can create 32 units of energy. If you do not have oxygen, the byproduct is 2 units of energy. Okay? So sugar alone without oxygen, 2 units of energy. Sugar, glucose in the cells with oxygen, 32 units of energy. That's per cell. Imagine how much better you're going to feel when you're getting the oxygen your body needs, when you're not putting your heart under stress all night long, and you're not depriving your brain of oxygen repair, detoxification, just because you got better airflow. Myofunctional therapy is what I do, proven, scientifically proven to reduce sleep apnea by 50%, right? So like, what do you want your future to be? Do you want to do something now, spend a little bit of time, spend a little bit of money to have the rest of your life with more clarity, more mental resilience, more happiness, more energy, to lose a little bit of weight that you wanted to lose, to play with your children or your grandchildren, to start that business, to run a marathon? I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what you want to do. But I'm telling you, the longer you snore, the less likely you are to reach your goals. So anyways, what do we cover here today? Snoring might be worse than apnea because it goes untreated. But the thing is, there are treatment options. So reach out to me. Let me share that information with you. It's life-changing. What else did we learn? CPAP users sometimes don't use it, right? Dangerous, very dangerous. And the last thing, if you're snoring and having sleep apnea events, even if you don't have the full event that's recordable to be diagnosed, you are still suffocating yourself every night, and you're keeping your partner awake. So they won't have the resilience. They won't have the brain repair either because their sleep is disrupted. They might not have a lack of oxygen, but they're not getting into deep stages of sleep. Their brains are not recovering. And eventually it's going to be too much for them too. Okay. The people that I see, it's usually a spectrum. People that the spouse has had enough and they're just like, please, come on, do something. Stop your snoring, whatever it takes, because they're at wit's end with poor sleep. In the other side of the spectrum, unfortunately and sadly, are people that are so exhausted from their snoring, don't have a diagnosis for sleep apnea, so there's not even hope for them to get a CPAP machine. And they are anxious, depressed, and honestly, at a point of suicidal ideation. Like, it's real. Sleep deprivation kills, okay? It affects our mental health. It affects our physical health. So if you need to share this video with somebody that you know who snores, please do, because there is hope. And I pray that I'm able to help you have a better future and no regrets.